Hey everybody, welcome into Hurricane High School for a live edition of WSAZ Sports Plus. We've got a new desk, we've got some shiny new toys and equipment that we're going to work on today, and we're also going to talk to all kinds of Hurricane Redskin athletes. We've got some winter sports who are waiting to be spoken with today. We've got some spring sports as well. So with that said, we'll go ahead and introduce you to our first guest. It's a very special one. We've got Hurricane basketball's Carson O'Dell, freshly the all-time leading scorer in all of Hurricane High School basketball history. Carson, welcome to the WSAZ Sports Plus desk, man. How you feeling?
Good. Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.
Senior year's been a special one for you,
Yeah,
right? Of course, you hit 1,000 points last year, but then you start approaching that all-time scoring mark, right? Is that something that you set out to do since you were a kid, or it just kind of comes within the flow of the game? Next thing you know, 1,500 points later, there you are.
Yeah, I think for me at least it was a goal since I was little. Obviously, you start the HABL days and you want to score. Everybody wants to score, but I think as you get older, it kind of just flows with the game, and then whatever it gives you. But I didn't really pay attention to it until last year, towards the end of my junior year, when I knew that I might have a shot at it. And so really I was just excited to get out there this year and give it a shot.
I feel like I know what you're going to say, but what's the best part of your game, in your opinion?
Shooting, for sure.
Yeah,
probably
three-point
the
shooting?
three-point shot,
Okay.
yes.
Where does that come from? I know you and your brother both sharpshooters from beyond the arc. Where does that come from?
Just a lot of reps, a lot of practice. Early mornings in the gym, late nights in the gym, and extra shots, but just a lot of reps.
Yeah. So it's been a special year for Hurricane basketball. You're trying to do something that hasn't been done at least since before you were in high school. We're talking 11 years now since the Redskins have been at the Coliseum in Charleston at the state tournament, and one game regional for you here. We've got Riverside coming up. Talk to me about this state qualifying game and what it's going to take to try to get back over that hump and take the people of Hurricane back to Charleston.
Yeah, obviously it's a huge game. I think of all teams this year is probably the team that can do it. I think in the past we've had the talent, but we hadn't necessarily had the buy-in or the bond to say. But I think this year, I think our team's a lot better than the record shows, and I think that as tight as we are, I think that this is the special team that could get us back to the Civic Center.
Yeah. And not to compare this year's team with teams you've played on your junior, sophomore, freshman season, but what is it about this team that gives you that confidence? Is there something different about this group that has really been positive for you?
Yeah, I think it's the heart and effort. I think it's more of everybody wants to be there, and it's more of like a brotherly bond. I think if you look down the line of our team, I think everybody wants to play for each other and not themselves for the name on the front, which I think is a big difference in this year's team than maybe past. But I just think we're more interlinked together, and we want it for each other, I think is the big key.
What can you tell me about Riverside? I know you got to go to their place.
Yeah.
Higher seed, good ball club. You're familiar with them. What can you tell me about your opponent?
Yeah, they're a great team. I think that they match up similar to us. I think it's a hard place to play. Riverside's definitely they bring a big crowd. They're loud, but I think that we have the team to do. I think it's whoever wants it more. It's a one and done, win and you go. But I think we're ready, so I think it'll be good.
Playing in the MSAC, man, I feel like it's a gauntlet in basketball and really just about any sport up and down the I-64 corridor here. That has to pay dividends when you get into March in a situation where your season's on the line, one and done, or say you win it, then you get yourself up to the Coliseum and you're playing other teams from around the state that are really good. Does that pay dividends, the schedule that you all play?
100%. I think that it's so these games in March, you're familiar with them and you know how the game's going to feel and kind of that competition you've played all year. Because this year we actually stepped outside and played Morgantown, who at the time was the #1 team in the state, and that's probably the biggest win that I've been a part of for sure, but we've had in a long time. And so I think it helps to play those better teams early, and obviously the conference we're in, you play them nearly every night. So I think it's a big stepping stone to the region and state tournament.
To beat a team like Morgantown, that has to tell you and the rest of the guys, like, man, we can beat anyone we want if we show up and do what we're capable of. Walk me through that game, because that's one that I don't think a lot of people around the state had on their radar as being like, oh, upset alert, but then it happens, right? Walk me through that moment, that game, and when you really realized we might have these guys on the ropes.
Yeah, so before the game, we didn't think anybody in the state who was familiar with high school basketball at all probably thought we had a chance to win, even at the slightest. But it started off, we got good energy. We had a full packed student section that came in, and the game was played at West Virginia State, so traveled a little bit, and kind of just gave us a spark from the get-go. And there's a little bit you could feel that Morgantown thought it was going to be an easier win, or just kind of another game. And I think everybody just decided to just from the tip just to focus for 32 minutes and play with a chip on our shoulder, and that's what we did.
We saw some videos from the student section that game. It looked like that was a pretty rowdy, raucous group. What's the student body bring for you all? Juice the student section.
A ton. I don't think we would be where we're at in the season without them. They've supported away games, home games, win or lose. They've been there. They've been loud, and I think it just gives the extra spark of energy that any team needs, but especially in high school, to go out there and play hard and get it done.
Now, I know that you, of course, playing alongside your brother, both with prominent roles on this team, and before we bring him onto the set and talk to him, where it's just me and you, tell me what it's been like to play with your younger brother. Yeah,
it's been awesome. Obviously, growing up, we were always around it together, but never really on the same team or on the same just side by side on the court. And then last year when he stepped into a bigger role as a freshman, the whole second half of the year we got to experience it. And then this year it's been by far the most fun I've had playing. It almost feels like when he scores, I score, or something similar, that type of thing. But it's just a lot of good memories that I'll remember from the past 2 years playing with him.
Well, since we brought him up, I feel like now's a good time to give you a breather. So, Carson, you hang tight. What we're going to do now is go to a quick commercial break. We're going to get the headset on Parker O'Dell, and then he's going to join his brother here on the WSAZ Sports Plus desk with us. So stick with us, and when we come back, you'll have Carson and Parker O'Dell joining us live right here on the WSAZ Sports Plus desk.